Friends, let us now travel back to that primitive era. Why was it that in those days money held no value, yet the currency itself did? We will find that out in this video, so let's get started without further ado. Imagine waking up in a world where money doesn't exist. No cash, no credit cards, no banks. If you wanted food, clothes, or shelter, what would you offer in return? It's a strange thought today, but for most of human history, this was reality. Long before coins and paper bills were invented, people survived through completely different systems of value. But what was the single most valuable thing before money? The answer might surprise you, because it wasn't gold, it wasn't diamonds, and it definitely wasn't paper. Let's travel thousands of years into the past to uncover the true currency of ancient humanity. Around 10,000 years ago, humans lived in small villages where everyone depended on each other. There were no stores, no markets, and certainly no banks. Instead, people exchanged goods directly. A hunter might trade fresh meat for vegetables grown by a farmer. A potter could exchange handmade bowls for animal skins. This system is called barter, and while it worked in small communities, it had one major problem. Imagine you have fish, but you need bread. What if the baker doesn't want fish? Without a common form of payment, every trade depended on both people wanting exactly what the other had. As civilizations grew larger, this became increasingly difficult. So people began searching for something everyone would accept. Surprisingly, one of the earliest valuable items wasn't gold, it was salt. Today, salt is so common that we barely think about it, but thousands of years ago, salt was incredibly precious. It preserved meat before refrigerators existed, helped keep people healthy, and was essential for survival. In some ancient cultures, workers were even paid with salt. In fact, the English word salary comes from the Latin word related to salt payments. A small bag of salt could be worth more than expensive jewelry because it could literally keep food edible for months. But salt wasn't the only thing people used as wealth. Across different parts of the world, many objects became valuable depending on local needs. Cowrie shells traveled across Africa and Asia as money for centuries. Large stone discs were used on remote Pacific islands. In northern regions, animal furs were traded like currency. Elsewhere, cattle represented wealth, power, and social status. If you owned many cows, you weren't just rich, you were respected. These objects had value because people trusted them and believed others would also accept them in trade. Yet, there was something even more valuable than all these physical objects: knowledge and skills. Imagine meeting the only blacksmith in your village, the person who could create sharp tools, strong weapons, and farming equipment, or the healer who knew which plants could cure illness. These people possessed something no one could easily replace. Their knowledge couldn't be stolen or lost like coins. It existed in their minds, making them among the most valuable members of society. In many ancient communities, a skilled craftsperson could earn food, shelter, protection, and respect simply because of what they knew. Even more important than skills was trust. Before written contracts and legal systems, people relied on reputation. If you were known as honest and reliable, others were willing to trade with you, help you, and support your family. But if you broke promises or cheated people, your reputation could be destroyed, making survival much harder. In many ways, trust functioned like invisible wealth. It opened doors, created opportunities, and built lasting relationships that were often more valuable than any physical possession. As civilizations expanded into powerful kingdoms, trade became more complex. Carrying sacks of salt or herds of cattle over long distances wasn't practical. Around 600 BCE, one of the first true coins appeared in the ancient kingdom of Lydia, located in modern-day Turkey. These coins were made from a natural mixture of gold and silver called electrum. Unlike barter goods, coins were small, durable, and widely accepted. For the first time, people could easily measure value using standardized money. This invention transformed trade forever and laid the foundation for the financial systems we still use today. But here's the fascinating part. Even though money eventually replaced salt, shells, and cattle, the most valuable things in human society never truly changed. Skills still create opportunities, knowledge still builds civilizations, and trust still determines who succeeds in business, leadership, and relationships. A billionaire without trust can lose everything, while someone with valuable knowledge and a strong reputation can rebuild from nothing. So what was the most valuable thing before money? The answer depends on where and when you lived. It could have been salt, cattle, shells, or rare metals. But above all, the greatest wealth was something you couldn't hold in your hands: your knowledge, your skills, and the trust others placed in you. Those invisible treasures shaped civilizations long before coins existed, and they remain priceless even in today's digital payments and online banking.
The next time you pull out your wallet or tap your phone to make a payment, remember this: money is only a tool. Long before it existed, humanity built entire civilizations using cooperation, trust, and shared knowledge. Perhaps the richest people in history weren't those with the most gold, but those who possessed the abilities that everyone else depended on. If you enjoyed discovering the hidden history behind everyday life, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments: if money disappeared tomorrow, what do you think would become the world's most valuable thing? Before you go, here's a question for you. If money suddenly disappeared tomorrow, what do you think would become the most valuable thing in the world? Let me know your answer in the comments. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another fascinating journey into history. See you in the next video.